So if you ask anybody if resume writing is important, they're always going to tell you, well, yeah, of course it's important. But if you ask them specifically why, they're going to say, well, because your resume should be presentable for people to read. But that doesn't really get to the root of why it's important. And the reason why it's so important is actually quite simple. You have very limited bandwidth to get the attention of the organization that you're applying with. So in the case of most organizations, they're using an applicant tracking system. What that is that software that actually goes to the resumes that are submitted for the recruiter and picks out the ones that are most likely to suit the needs of the job by searching for keywords in the resume. Now, if it makes it past that ATS, it is going to go in the hands of a recruiter. And if the organization doesn't use an ATS and it's going straight to a recruiter, and here's the thing, anytime a recruiter sees your resume, you literally have 3.5 to 6 seconds, if you're lucky, to capture their attention. So what are 3 ways that you can capture their attention quickly? Well, first thing that you can do is make it immediately clear how you can help that organization. And the way you do that is that you're going to go through the job posting that you're applying for, and you're going to go under the area that has, basic qualifications or specific requirements that they want in somebody to do the job. Maybe it's 10 years of leadership experience. Maybe it's a Lean Six Sigma certification. There's any number of things that are there, but it's those basic certifications that are either going to qualify or disqualify you for the job that you want to look for. You want to put them at the very top of your resume in an overview section. So that way it's immediately clear to whoever's reading your resume that you bring what they need to the table. The next thing that you're going to do is that you actually want to tailor your resume differently for every job that you apply for. So you don't want to just have one resume and send it to every job that you're interested in, because it might not speak to the job posting. You want to look through the job posting and see specifically what problems they want you to try to solve for them. And the way that you can do that is by, again, going through the qualifications and also going through the responsibilities of the job and see which of those things that are there that you've actually had experience before doing. And you want to make sure that those things are actually in your resume. So if there's other things in your resume that don't speak directly to that job posting, delete them. And what I do is I go through that job posting and I highlight everything that I know that I can help them with. And I make sure that it appears somewhere on my resume. So if it's experience with a specific task that they say that you're going to be doing, I make sure that whichever job I did that in, it appears under that job in my resume. And the same goes for any qualifications that might be there. You need to make sure that you are tailoring that resume to the actual problem they want you to solve. That's a great way to do it. The last thing I say to get that attention quickly for anybody who's reading it is to make really great use of negative space or white space on your resume. What I mean by that is this, is that if your resume is a wall of text, you're going to lose the reader right away. It needs to be clear and divided into sections that are easily scannable to the naked eye to instantly find what it is they're looking for. So ways that you can do that is this: have a different font for your headings, so like experience, education, etc., versus the actual meat of the text, so like the listing of the jobs that you've done. And what I recommend for that is that the header should be a sans serif font, and the actual text of the jobs and the description of your experience or whatever under each section should be a serif font. The other thing that you can do is make sure you're using bullet points to list things, because they'll make each point really, really clear and not a jumble of text. And also you can use line breaks between each section and in between each job experience. So if I have job A, in between that and job B, I'm going to put a line break so there's that white space so it's easy for the eye to find each section. If you can do those 3 things, and that's make it really clear at the top that you have the specific qualifications that they need, tailor your resume to demonstrate that you've dealt with the problems they want you to solve before, and make good use of white space, then you're going to give yourself the best chance with that limited bandwidth. The other thing to keep in mind is this, is that if you're looking at a job posting and you see that you don't satisfy 100% of the things on there, I wouldn't panic. If you can get to 80%, that's great. That'll get you in the mix, and just highlight the things on your resume when you're tailoring it that you do have, and don't even focus on what you don't have, because nobody ever has 100% of anything that they're looking for. If you do all of these, you're going to improve your chances every single time.